House Republicans sent the Senate an on-time budget that increases the budget by roughly 3% without raising taxes. It's important to note that the current fiscal year that we're wrapping up here, we actually had a budget surplus. And we used that $350 million to make increased investments in higher education and basic education. Our schools in Pennsylvania, our public schools, will receive a $100 million increase in our budget that the Senate should be sending to Governor Wolf on time again. Today we're working on specific bills that will drive out dollars to our state-relateds and state-related universities, so Pitt, Penn State, Temple, and Lincoln. These bills will go to the Senate and then hopefully to Governor Wolf, and they will provide the increases for students in those institutions and into the tune of tens of millions of dollars of increases. Community colleges. Yesterday we got to vote on a $6 million increase for community colleges. Higher education remains obviously a very important priority to House Republicans and our Senate Republican colleagues. And so we're going to send Governor Wolf bills that increase those important services, but without raising taxes. Liquor privatization. We're one of only 2 states in the country that have a monopoly on the sale of wine and spirits. This budget actually will help. This budget process will produce a bill that will get us out of that business, and we'll also have $200 million a year, every year, going forward for reoccurring revenue. So if the governor wants to increase investments for kids in education, $200 million of our budget will help do that by getting us out of the booze business. And then on the cost side, pensions is the #1 cost driver. We've met our pension obligation for the 5th straight year in this budget, but it took a $570 million increase to do it. So when you're looking at a $30 billion spending plan, over $1 billion of that is going to our school's retirement system. We just can't continue to spend that much money on pensions, and that includes getting ourselves out of our pension system, but anybody that works for the taxpayers. I think a veto on June 30th shuts down the government, and I think that will be the consequences if he vetoes this entire package. And he doesn't need to. He would be doing that to create a crisis to help him in the negotiation process for higher taxes. So if the governor wants to continue to negotiate and wants to spend more money, we can do that without him vetoing this entire package and shutting it down. He can ask us for supplemental budgets. He does not need to veto, and if he does, it is an attempt to shut down government and unfortunately create a crisis that could be averted.